My dear child, please stop for a moment. This is not just another message flashing across your screen. This is a line being drawn in the spirit. I am speaking now because enough has been tolerated, enough has been endured, and enough has been taken from you in silence. What you are about to hear is serious, not because I am angry, but because I am intervening. Stay with me. Do not rush. Do not look away. Listen all the way through, because every word counts and has weight meant specifically for you. This is a moment of clarity, a moment of separation, a moment where survival gives way to freedom. If you leave early, you may miss the very sentence your soul has been waiting for. Stay, my child, because what I am about to say will change how you walk forward from this day on, my child. Listen to me now with the deepest part of your heart, not the part that has learned to cope, not the part that has learned to survive, but the part that still remembers what it is like to hope. When I say enough, it is not a word spoken lightly, and it is not a word spoken in passing. It is a word that carries weight in heaven. It is a word that causes the unseen to shift and the spiritual atmosphere to change. For a long time, you have mistaken my patience for permission and my silence for distance. You have thought that because I did not interrupt right away, I was not there, indifferent or unconcerned. But listen to me now. Heaven has never been quiet about you. I have watched every moment you have had to endure when you should not have had to. I have watched you move forward after you had long since exhausted yourself. I have watched the way you learned to operate while wounded, the way you learned to smile while bleeding internally, the way you convinced yourself that endurance was the same as obedience. And now, as your father, I rise up and speak clearly. Not because I am angry, but because the time for quiet has come and gone. Enough is the sound of mercy standing up, is the sound of love drawing a line. It is the time when I say this goes no further. You were never intended to prove your faith in suffering for all eternity. You were never intended to make pain normal in the name of loyalty, patience, or spiritual growth. I let the season extend because it was developing you, but I will not let it devour you. Heaven is not quiet in this moment. Heaven is listening. Heaven is answering. Angels are not confused about what is happening. They understand the power behind this word. When I say enough, it is an indication that something has reached its end. It is an indication that something was allowed to grow, but is now prohibited from continuing. It is an indication that I am intervening, not after you fall, but before. You may feel the weight of this word bearing down on your chest, and that is because your spirit knows truth before your mind is able to define it. This is not drama. This is not hyperbole. This is the point where divine patience ends and divine intervention begins. I am not waiting for you to get stronger. I am intervening because you have already been strong enough. And my child, I need you to understand this with love and accuracy. When I say enough, I am not judging what you went through. And I am not condemning you for staying as long as you did. I know why you stayed. I know the promises you were holding on to. I know the prayers you prayed, believing that things would get better if you just held on a little bit longer. I understand the fear that told you walking away meant failure, that to let go meant you lacked faith, that to set a boundary meant you gave up too soon. I saw how you reasoned with yourself, hurt you because you didn't want your pain to be for nothing. But listen to me now, and let this truth sink softly into your heart. Endurance does not give meaning to what I never ordained. Perseverance does not consecrate what is killing you. I am not the God who demands endless sacrifice to prove your loyalty. I am the Father who recognizes when enough has been taken from my child. Heaven has been observing the cost of this season on you. The sleepless nights, the restless tension, the deferred disappointment you stopped talking about because it became too familiar. I am saying enough because the price has become too steep, and I will no longer let you muddy the line between survival and my will. This is a serious word because your life is a serious thing to me. Your future is a serious thing to me. Your peace is a serious thing to me. I am not yelling at you to scare you. I am holding steady so that you will finally listen. Enough is not the end of my investment in you. It is the beginning of my defense of you. From this moment on, I am no longer asking you to survive what I am ready to take away. Heaven is not silent now because heaven is in motion. And as your father, I stand between you and what has been going on for far too long. And I say with authority and with love, this ends here. My child, I want you to hear these words slowly, deeply, and not through the lens of fear that has been built from past hurts. What you are feeling from me at this moment is not anger. It is not disappointment. It is not frustration boiling over. It is intervention. There is a world of difference between wrath and rescue, and too many of my children have confused the two because human love has taught them that a raised voice equals rejection. But I am not human, and my love does not shatter the way human love does. When I intervene, it is not because you have failed. It is because you matter too much to be left in the crossfire. Consider it this way. A surgeon does not cut because he hates the patient. He cuts because leaving the infection would mean the loss of life. My anger is not driven by irritation. It is driven by protection. I have seen the infection creep in the corners of your life where you attempted to pray it away. Patience, silence, and prayer alone. You have told yourself that if you just kept a humble heart, kept a quiet voice, kept still, God would solve the problem. And I did repair what endurance was supposed to repair. But now, endurance has entered the realm of erosion. What was supposed to build your character is now wearing away your joy, your peace, your sense of self. And so I intervene, not with fists clenched in anger, but with hands that are steady. Intervention is always sudden for the rescuees because they have learned to live with the danger. You have grown accustomed to the pressure, the turbulence, the emotional turmoil, the spiritual confusion. You have adapted, you have adjusted. You have normalized what should have sent up red flags, and now that I am intervening, part of you is wondering why now? Why this power? Why this gravity? Because you were on the verge of normalizing something fatal. And I will not let that be your legacy. This is not anger exploding. This is love stopping. This is me inserting myself between you and the edge before you even knew you were standing there. And my child, I must say this plainly because your heart needs clarity, not mystery. If I were angry with you, I would have withdrawn my presence, not amplified my voice. Silence is not always peace, and loudness is not always anger. Sometimes urgency is simply love refusing to whisper when whispering is no longer enough. I have watched you rationalize yourself into staying too long, forgiving too quickly, taking in too much, excusing away what continued to wound you. You continued to tell yourself, God understands, and you were right. I do understand. I understand so well that I will not let you continue down a path that leads to collapse. Intervention is love that refuses to wait until disaster makes its point. I did not wait until you lost everything. I did not wait until bitterness had a permanent home in your soul. I did not wait until your faith became brittle from wear. I am intervening now while there is still sensitivity in you. While there is still a spark that responds when I speak, at His mercy, at His time. That is a Father who knows the exact moment when help must become unmistakable. I am not scolding you. I am protecting you. I am not communicating disappointment. I am communicating determination. Determination that you will not be another soul who confuses suffering with holiness. Determination that you will not continue to pay for what I already said was enough. My presence may be disturbing, even terrifying, because it breaks up what you have learned to survive. But survival was never the point. Life was abundance, was peace with it. And when I intervene, it is because I am aligning you, not because I am angry. This truth will ground you now. All the things I am stopping are things that were slowly taking from you. And all the things I am doing are to give you back to yourself. So breathe here, my child. Let the tension release. Just a little. You do not have to prepare yourself against me. You do not have to defend your former decisions. I am not here to question you. I am here to rescue you. This is intervention, not accusation. Rescue, not rage. And when you understand that, you will stop fighting the very hand that came to save you. My child, there is something I have been waiting for you to hear. Until you do, you will continue to confuse exhaustion with humility and weight with responsibility. I have seen you bear burdens that were never meant to be yours. Not because you were meant to bear more than others. Not because you were stronger than everyone else, but because you were willing. Willingness, when unguarded, becomes a doorway through which burdens quietly enter and never leave. You said yes too often. You remained silent for too long. You took responsibility for outcomes that were not yours to control and emotions that were not yours to handle. You bore guilt that was never yours to bear, pressure that was never placed on you by me, expectations that were born out of other people's wounds, not mine. And because you love so deeply, you believe that it was necessary that you bear it all. But let me tell you, it is not. Compassion, and do not demand self-destruction. I never asked you to be the savior in situations where I alone was meant to be God. I saw the moment when the weight shifted from healthy responsibility to unhealthy overextension. I saw when assistance became absorption, when support became sacrifice of your own breath, your own clarity, your own peace. You did not notice the shift because it was gradual. My child, as you move out of this moment, do not let this holy fire dwindle. Rather, ignite it into a roaring flame by speaking out your faith in this moment. I am waiting for you to make your mark in the air. So, tell your soul to bear witness by proclaiming that God said enough to the comments below. By doing so, you are not simply typing away at a screen. You are launching a prophetic declaration that breaks every chain and lets the heavens know that your season of suffering is officially over. This is the moment of boldness to ignite the first breath of your new life. For when you speak out your words in agreement with my word, the miraculous begins to move with unrelenting power. Do it now, my love, and watch as I turn your public declaration into a private reality of victory and abundance. Amen.